In the last video, we checked oil levels on my 3 high mileage cars that have the Valvoline Restore and Protect on them for the first 4 months of daily driving. It seemed promising with regards to oil consumption problems, but the Acura TL, however, encountered rather an unusual fate. Imagine this. You just did a fresh oil change with the Valvoline Restore and Protect. You're excited, confident, ready to give your 4th Gen Acura TL a new life. Only a few drives later, your car is dead on the road. Coincidence? Or did the oil something to do with it? Let's find out. HashRDD here, and you're watching the Daily Driving Channel. Naturally, after switching to Valvoline Restore and Protect, when the car finally gave out, the timing made it feel like the oil might have been the trigger. Even though Valvoline Restore and Protect is designed to clean deposits and improve performance, I had to ask myself, could it have loosened sludge that clogged an oil passage? Could it have affected oil pressure and indirectly impacted performance? Did it accelerate wear that was already underway? It's easy to speculate when a breakdown happens right after a product change. To tell you honestly, I don't want to sound like this is a clickbait video, but I did genuinely believe that changing the oil recently might have done something to this car. But then again, I remembered, and I take it all back, that I've been noticing loss of power and weak acceleration even before the oil change. It just so happened that coincidentally the car could not move after driving it a couple of times using the new engine oil, which is the Valvoline Restore and Protect. To figure out what really is happening to the car, I did look for some physical symptoms that might be a cause of loss of power. I checked for oil leaks or any fluid leaks over and under the car, and it is bone dry. There's no lights on the dashboard. I plugged in my OBD2 scanner, and there's no codes. No misfires or lean or rich conditions recorded. Just by knowing all this, you can already guess that it might be a mechanical problem. And you have already eliminated a lot of possible causes of loss of power, like fuel delivery issues, for example, clogged fuel injectors, or maybe a weak fuel pump, air fuel mixture conditions, or exhaust restrictions like clogged catalytic converter, or ignition problems like failing spark plugs, coils, or wiring. And how about compression issues like worn piston rings, bulb problems? Well, the Valvoline Restore and Protect might have cleaned my piston rings really good that it broke the carbon that's actually holding it together, right? Well, put it in the comments below if that's even possible. Seriously, again, if this happened, like low compressions and such, it should have DTCs or misfires recorded beforehand, or might be a check engine light, or you might have rough idle and the engine might barely turn over. But it has none of those symptoms or problems. Everything looked fine on paper, and yet the car still felt weak. So let's go back on that fateful day when I was driving through a hilly part of the town where I live. I was mostly on the second and third gear, then suddenly the car let out a high revving cry. Barely making it to the top of the hill, and there was this stingy metallic smell that filled the cabin. So I stopped at the side of the road, I opened the hood. There's no smoke, nothing leaking, just this awful smell. So I Drove it again. I didn't get far. The car wouldn't move. The engine is on, but the gears from 1 to 6 is not connecting. It just keeps on revving. Just in case, I checked the timing belt, and thank God it's still in one piece. So, did the Valvoline Restore and Protect killed my Acura TL? Not really. It's obviously a clutch failure. The sudden burnt smell matches the burnt clutch material. Engine revving, but car doesn't move. Still starts and idles normally. So the real culprit here was the clutch giving out. Well, it has been worn for a while. And as far as I can remember, it's still the first original clutch. And that hill climb on the second and third gears was the final straw. The burnt asbestos metal smell, that was the clutch material being roasted alive. So while the oil change made for a suspicious coincidence, the truth was far more mechanical. And a reminder to never underestimate the importance of going easy with your clutch, especially if it's on its last legs. On the next video, I'll show you what kind of clutch kit did I choose. Was it OEM or performance? And you'll never guess how much poorer I became after all this mishap. So next time I might give you some tips on how to take care of your manual transmission so you can prolong its lifespan. Oh. Like and subscribe for more real-world car stories, DIY fixes, and the lessons we only learn the hard way. Thanks for watching.
Didi, king of the clutch, no slack. 6-speed sliding, got the gear game packed. V-Tech boys, yeah, we screaming down the lanes. Catch the red line fever, tearing past the chains. Drift shift Wizzo, spinning on the glow. V-Tech kicks in, you'll watch the torque flow. Manual mind state in my Acura TL. Didi, blazing trails, raising hell. Road snake coiling, my whip a beast on grip. Downshift symphony, each move a power trip. Speed demon whispers, skyline dreams unlocked. Cruise the midnight asphalt, my legacy is clocked.